Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs, and today I have these really fun colored cards to share with you guys. So let's jump right in. So I challenged myself to create a card set that would go with these bases. These bases are from Simon Says Stamp. I got them in a kit years ago, and they've just been kind of sitting here. You guys know, if you've been with me for any length of time, I tend towards a white base. I don't generally bring in colored bases for whatever reason. And so I really want to challenge myself to kind of try to create something that would go with these Audrey blue bases. So this is what I came up with. So I started by cutting down a piece of cardstock. It is being cut down to 1/4 of an inch smaller than the A2 size base, which is what that Audrey blue base is. And I'm going to stamp the beautiful flowers. This is a large stamp from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to stamp it on the top and the bottom of this card panel, and then we're going to ink blend. I love this color combo. You guys will have to tell me your thoughts. If you've been with me for any length of time at all, you guys know that I tend towards very vibrant colors. That's just what draws my eye. It's what I like to work with. It brings a smile to my face. So that is definitely the direction I go. And you'll have to tell me if I pulled this off. So with this Audrey blue, I went with shades of pink and purple just because I thought that it would look beautiful with the teal. A safer bet would have been to go with teal shades, because then of course the shades would have been, a bit more similar. It wouldn't be quite as vibrant. It wouldn't pop as much. But I don't generally go that direction. I tend towards very vibrant colors. So that was my thought process with these cards, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I am white heat embossing this design on these card fronts. You could clear emboss because the paper we're working on is white. So if you don't have white embossing, clear embossing would work here. My ink pad is dirty. The stamp is clean. I know it looks dirty. It's just that I use it a lot. So the stamp is actually clean. It's just stained. And my Versamark ink pad is actually dirty, but I like that because it's so easy to see what you're stamping. So you guys can see here, you can see the design even though I'm using Versamark, and that's just because it's a dirty stamp pad. Now I use this when I'm going to use a colored embossing powder because I'm not worried about it being able to be seen after I've put the embossing powder on. But if I was going to clear emboss something, I would not have a dirty stamp pad because you would see that underneath it. So just keep that in mind. But it does make it easier to see when you're stamping things. And then of course I am going to heat set this. I don't think there's ever going to be a time where heat embossing is not exciting to me. There's just something about it. I can't explain it. If you guys have been creating for a while, watching embossing powder melt has to be one of my favorite things ever. I will say that watching clear embossing or white embossing is not quite as exciting because you can't really see it as much. But watching the metallic powders, I love it. It's so exciting to watch. And it's kind of funny because it's really just simple. It's plastic particles melting, but it's just one of those things where it just makes it feel like a little bit of magic. And I just really enjoy that. So I think embossing is magical. That's just me. But I did heat emboss all of this until it was smooth and melted. And if you tip it in the light, nothing should look gritty. It should be all white and a little bit shiny. So just keep that in mind if you're newer to embossing. It should not look gritty at all. It's really hard to see here. I can't really show you how it looks melted because you can't really see it, but that's kind of the idea when you're aiming for embossing. So just kind of, and if you're worried, touch it and see if the particles come off. And if they do, it's not fully embossed yet. So that kind of gives you an idea. Of course, you'd have to put embossing powder back on the area you've rubbed off, but it would give you an idea of whether or not it's set, and then you're less likely to get it in your ink pad as you're embossing. So for the colors, I chose Saltwater Taffy, Worn Lipstick, and Seedless Preserves. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. The only thing I knew that I wanted to do here is that I knew that I wanted to see Seedless Preserves against that Audrey blue. That's kind of what stemmed this. And then I was looking at my colors and I knew I wanted to go pinks because you guys know I love pink and purple. And I have not really used Saltwater Taffy. Saltwater Taffy is a more corally pink, and I generally gravitate towards Kitsch Flamingo more as a pink option for whatever reason, it's just something that I like to prefer the look of, but I wanted to give it a chance because it is a color I haven't really used much in my creating. And you guys know I am a big believer in using what you have and giving everything a chance. And, you know, these products are not inexpensive, but also your inks will dry up. So you want to use them, you know? So I think it's fun to kind of find different color combos that are just kind of interesting to work with. And this is kind of the one that I came up with to go with that seedless preserve. So don't ask me why, it's just what I thought of in my head, and I had a lot of fun with it. So this color combo I think turned out really pretty. So as you saw, I put the Saltwater Taffy down and then I did worn lipstick over top of it. These are the Oxide inks. They blend, in my opinion, beautifully. They cover beautifully. The only thing I would say is that you might have to go over them more than once. If you use Distress inks instead of the oxides, you will have to go over more than once because they are translucent, whereas the oxides are opaque. They have a pigment as well as a dye. So that just gives them that property. So just be aware that if you're using different inks, you might have to do it more than once, and that's okay. It's just how you have to build up the color. And they will dry back a little bit as well. That's another thing to keep in mind. Like here, they look pretty vibrant. They dry back a bit, but I am going to wipe off the embossing so that you get that white instead of the covered, which is what happens. The ink kind of goes over top, but you can just rub it off. It's not a big deal. And I think that these turned out really, I love the color combo. You guys will have to tell me your thoughts. And then I brought in a die set I've had in my collection for a long time. It's one of my favorites. It is the Waffle Flowers Lacy Layers dies. I don't know if they're still available or not. If they are, everything will be linked and listed down below as always. But I wanted to add a white piece inside of the card base because it's Audrey blue, and depending on the person's pen, it might be difficult to read. So I opted to add a white scalloped edge in the inside just because I thought it was fun. You could just cut down a white piece of cardstock. That would work too. I just kind of thought that lacy border was just a fun touch on the inside. So that's kind of what I went with. And then for my sentiment, I got out another stamp set I've never used in my collection. This is from Simon Says Stamp. It's the Etched Greetings. And as I said, as long as it's available, it will be linked. If not, I try to link you guys to the closest thing if I can. That's just generally what my aim is. And I had never used this specific sentiment, so I thought it would be fun to kind of bring it out. I am stamping it on some more of that Audrey blue cardstock because I do have the Simon Says Stamp cardstocks in my collection. I used to get the kits when I first started creating years ago. I used to get them, and I have a bunch of items from them specifically, and then I stopped getting them just because I stopped using them as much. And then now I think we're going to go back. I'm pretty sure the vote was that we were going to do 5 cards, 1 kit as a new series. So don't be surprised if the Simon Says Stamp kits make a comeback on the scene, because that's probably where we're going, as that poll has. By the time you guys are seeing this video, that poll is closed. I record everything in advance, so I'm not sure because the poll is not closed for me, but it will have closed by the time you guys get to see. So I will know for sure what series is coming to the channel. And hopefully you went and voted on the poll and you told me your thoughts so that I could make sure to take your opinion into consideration. But that is kind of what. So I white heat embossed the sentiment on these little squares of Audrey blue cardstock. I will be honest, it is a little bit difficult to read. It says hello there. It's just a fun little sentiment. But I think it's legible enough. I did use my scissors and I just cut around. I don't know if there's matching dies for this. There probably is. I don't own them, so I just used my scissors to cut around the banner shape. And then I'm going to add a piece of holographic cardstock behind it. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. And this is just going to give it a little bit of something extra. It's pretty subtle. You could skip this step if you were going to recreate these cards, but I really like the subtle touches. I think they're what kind of bumps a card up to being, a more simple design to something that's just a little bit more exciting. So I tend towards a lot of subtle details. Sometimes the colors are not subtle, obviously. They are very vibrant. But the details I include sometimes can be more subtle, and I think that they're really fun. So just kind of an interesting detail, because I will cut it down to match the banner shape, and it will only be on the right-hand side, giving it kind of a shadow that is holographic, and it just looks neat. You'll see when I get to actually putting the cards together I don't think it's easy to see here or when I cut it down, but you will see it when I hold the cards up at the end and show you kind of what I've done. But it's just a fun detail. And I just used my I think they're the Shears by Tim Holtz. As I said, everything's linked and listed down below. I'm pretty sure they're called the Shears. They're just the really large scissors. I find when I need to get a straight cut, if I'm not going to use my trimmer, this is the easiest way for me to do it. Otherwise, I have to do multiple cuts with my mini snips, and you don't get as nice of a look. So that's just kind of what I was thinking here. I used these to cut the banner shape as well. I just didn't think that I needed to show you cutting it twice because I figure you guys kind of get the idea. But I had a lot of fun with these cards. So then we kind of just get to start building them. There's not much left for steps here. I am going to splatter them. Again, that is a step you can skip if that's not something you enjoy. I know not everybody loves splatter, but I'm a big fan of it. I found, because other than the fact that the colors are very vibrant and like they pop, it's a fairly simple card design. Like there isn't a ton going on. There's not a lot of layers. There's not a lot of textures. So I just felt like the background needed a little bit something extra. So I am going to add some perfect pearls that I keep mixed up in a mini mister bottle. And I'm going to splatter that across the card front. But you could skip the splatter step. It's just something that I like to add because, again, like I said, I like texture and dimension on my cards. You could also have added like foam tape behind the panel to adhere it to the base, and that would have given you a little more dimension, but I did not add that in this case. I just adhered them straight down. I am going to add foam squares behind the sentiment though and give that a little bit more dimension. But I know I say this pretty much every time, but there's no right or wrong in creating. And I have had people get irritated that I say that sentence, but I just, there's no right or wrong in creating. Like, we're just making cards. It doesn't have to be that serious. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be enjoy. Like you're supposed to enjoy it. It's supposed to bring you joy. That's kind of the hope here. So, use what you have and bust out fun things and enjoy what you're doing. And if you're getting frustrated, walk away, because that's hopefully not the intention. The intention isn't to sit down and get angry. The intention is to sit down and make something that makes you smile and brings, joy to your day. At least I hope that's what creating does for you guys. That's what it does for me, and that's what I try to share on my channel. So hopefully that's what you leave feeling. But, to each their own. I'm just, and if you want to angry create, that's okay too. Don't let me stop you from what you need to do. But I do hope that creating brings you joy and happiness, because that is kind of the intention. So I did adhere those lacy white panels on the inside of the cards here. You can see it. It just adds a fun detail on the inside. But like I said, if you don't have that die, just cut a white piece of cardstock and stick it in. This just guarantees that whoever writes in it isn't going to have any issues with whatever pen they want to use. Depending, I might use them. Who knows? I don't know. I never know where these cards are going to end up. I don't know if I'm going to use them or someone's going to purchase them, or, who knows? So I try to think what would be the easiest way for someone to use them. And so that white panel was the best way for writing inside, in my opinion. And then here I said, I added the foam squares, and I'm just going to use these 4 large-ish ones on the corners. And then the sentiment can really kind of go pretty much anywhere, because this is a fairly simple design. Like there's nothing really to ground necessarily, so you could theoretically add the sentiment anywhere. I have it overlapping the bottom flowers a little bit just to kind of, I don't know, because it looked good to me there. Sometimes it's hard to explain design thoughts or choices. I liked the look there, so that's where I put it. But there's no real specific spot for it in this case. You could center it if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't do a banner and center it. I would probably do something straight and do it that way. But try it out. Try what you have and use it and see what happens. There's no right or wrong in creating. You can do whatever you want, whatever brings a smile to your face. And this is, of course, where I'm going to bring in that splatter. I told you guys I couldn't help myself. It just needed a little something extra. And I am going to add some pearls too, because, why not? I can. So I'm gonna. But you could leave them off. I think this card design looks pretty here. to me, it feels like it's missing a little bit of something. That's why the splatter and the pearls came in. But if you look at this and it looks beautiful to you, you can stop here. You don't have to add things. Just because I want to add everything in the kitchen sink to my cards doesn't mean you have to. You stop at whatever step makes you happy. That's the idea. But I did bring in a couple of pearls just to fill in that negative space a little bit there. It's not really negative because it is colored, but it is open space. And so I like to just add a little bit of embellishment. So I brought in some white pearls because I think they're really pretty, but you could not, and that would be okay too. Or add sequins. Sequins would look pretty here. If you had a holographic something, I think that would look cool here because it would match the holographic cardstock that I have beside the sentiment that you will see in a moment when I lift it up to the camera. And you can it is, again, like I said, it's subtle, but it's a little pop of something interesting that catches your eye. So that's always kind of my thing. I like to make stuff that's kind of interesting. So that is the design I have for you guys today. I would love to hear your thoughts though. What do you think of these card designs? Do you think that I nailed the color combo with the Audrey blue? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? What would you have done differently if you had these bases? I actually have 4 more of these, so I will probably come up with an idea in the future to use the other 4 Audrey blue panels because I believe it was like 1 or 2 kits and they came with a pack of these bases, these pre-made bases. And so I have a bunch of these Audrey blue bases that I need to use them. I don't want them to just sit there and not ever be used. So this is kind of what I came up with. But that is the video I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday. Thank you guys so much. If you made it all the way to the end, leave me a flower emoji. All right, friends, I will see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.